Hi guys, thanks for joining. We're going to give it just a couple minutes before we get started to let people trickle in. We'll probably get started in about 2 minutes. Thanks again for joining, guys. We will get started in just a minute or so here. All right, we'll get going in about 30 seconds. Let the last couple of people trickle in here. All right, I think we could probably go ahead and get started here with our webinar. Thank you so much for joining. Today, you're going to get an inside look at CareAcademy's newest offering, which is continuing education for administrators that are approved by the National Association of Long-Term Care Administrator Boards, or NAB for short. So we all know that running a home care or home health agency has gotten more and more complex as we're continuously having to navigate changes in the industry, from care staff shortages to vaccine mandates. And our hope is that by adding these training opportunities, agency admins and owners can manage some of these changes within the same platform that they're already familiar with, which is CareAcademy. So we're really excited about this addition because it truly aligns with our commitment to professional development and to enable more access to quality care for those who need it. So if you want to go to the next slide. My name is Cameron, and I am on the marketing team over here at CareAcademy, joined by our fantastic panelists, Michelle Hochberg and Kelly Saintis. So Michelle is the content and production director at CareAcademy. So Michelle, you want to say a quick hello to the group?
Yes, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Really excited to share more with you about this new offering.
Thanks so much, Michelle. And we also have Kelly here, who is our Senior Account Relationship Manager and manages all of our customer relationships. If you would also like to say hello to the group.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Thanks. All right, so we will move into the agenda for the webinar. So first, I will be providing a quick overview of CareAcademy for those of you who aren't as familiar. Then I'll hand it over to Michelle, who will talk directly about the new CEU class offering and how they'll both help home care and home health agencies. And then finally, Kelly will give us a high-level view of the CareAcademy dashboard and how to find and access these classes should you choose to use them. So if you want to go to the next slide. Before we get started, there are a couple quick housekeeping items that I'd like to share. So first is that this webinar is being recorded, so you can be sure that we will follow up with via email with a link to the slide deck and the recording so that you can share it with your friends and colleagues. And we will be doing a Q&A, so please make sure to use the little Q&A box in your Zoom navigation bar to submit your questions. And feel free to submit them as we go, but if we don't answer them during the session, we'll make sure to answer them at the end. So if you want to go to the next slide, for those of you who are less familiar with CareAcademy, I'll take just a minute or two to bring you up to speed. So CareAcademy creates online training that empowers senior care professionals to deliver the highest caliber of service and improve the lives of older adults. It's an end-to-end training solution that transforms home care businesses into efficient industry leaders with its functionality. So agency owners will have access to at-a-glance agency insights to view training completion rates and caregiver engagement. We also provide advanced compliance automation so that agency operators can focus on running their business rather than worrying about their next compliance audit. CareAcademy offers features for external training management, so you can upload and report on agency-specific training directly within CareAcademy's platform. We're also proud to integrate with leading home care agency management software such as ClearCare, AccessCare, AlayaCare, and more. And as innovators, we're always working on new initiatives to provide new opportunities to upskill the direct care workforce, such as the Career Path Initiative, which allows your team to earn college credits for completing CareAcademy training. And we will touch more on that in just a minute. And then finally, not only are CareAcademy's classes mobile first so that your direct care workers can train from anywhere, but the content itself is built and known for being highly engaging for all learner types. So if we want to go to the next slide, something that we're really proud of is that today more than 200,000 direct care workers have learned from and are growing professionally through the CareAcademy platform. So while care workers are getting trained, agencies are able to leverage CareAcademy to recruit and retain direct care workers by offering quality training and opportunities for upskilling and career growth. They're also able to onboard and enroll new team members in their training efficiently and from anywhere to make for more streamlined processes. And most importantly, agencies can have the confidence that they'll stay in compliance with their state's mandated training requirements. So next slide. Earlier this year, you may have heard that we launched the Career Path Initiative. This initiative is a result of our partnership with Southern New Hampshire University, or SNHU, that helps accelerate our goals of bringing new workers into the field and help us retain our existing workers by providing ongoing career opportunities for them. And this is all in an effort to fill the massive worker shortfall that our industry is currently facing. This partnership allows your agency to provide your direct care workers to begin or further their education by offering training through the CareAcademy platform that's eligible for college credits at SNHU. We're so excited about this partnership and to take the steps to make education more accessible for people who would like to deepen their skills and their career. And if you're interested in learning more about the Career Path Initiative, you can visit careacademy.com/careerpath. And without further ado, I will go ahead and pass the torch over to you, Michelle, to talk about admin CEUs.
Thank you so much, Cameron. All right, so I'm very excited to speak with you all today about CareAcademy's newest content offering, which is, as Cameron mentioned, our Library of Administrator Continuing Education. So this new content library really expands CareAcademy's product. So we're providing not only the high quality training for your direct care workers and your nursing staff, but now also training for you as an administrator. Cameron mentioned this earlier, but really these courses are meant for you as the admin to take charge of your ongoing professional development, since you're already taking care of your caregivers. So with these courses, I can help you learn some new skills and best practices that will really help you become an even more effective leader for your agency. So all of these admin CE courses have approval by the National Association of Long-Term Care Administrator Boards, or NAB. It's a mouthful. But what that means is it's a national accreditation that meets first home care administrator compliance requirements in states with mandated CE. So if you are in Texas or Colorado or Oklahoma on this call, we've got you covered for your annual CE. Because these courses are NAB approved, it also means that they're valuable and accepted for CE for any other long-term care admin. So whether you're a nursing home admin, hospice admin, skilled nursing facility admin, these courses via their approval will also help you with any of your CE requirements. So as an admin, you can complete your CE courses online and train your direct care staff in the same easy to use platform. So this means you can manage and track training records and your reports all in one place. So really what we're doing and giving you is a one-stop shop for managing all of your agency's training needs. And we'll move to the next slide where I'll talk a little bit more about what this admin content library contains. So as I mentioned, it's continuing education for administrators, certainly for our home care and home health agency admins, but also other long-term care admins. And the courses, there's about 31 individual course titles, and those add up to 80 contact hours of training. So there's quite a large breadth of content for you to choose from. And the topics range from a handful of really relevant topic areas. So there's courses on healthcare and medical ethics, clients' rights. There's some more standard courses on infection control and standard precautions, certain leadership principles, including a course on how to conduct performance appraisals. And then, of course, there's also a list of trainings on client-specific conditions. So if you want to further your knowledge on chronic conditions like depression or COPD, or helping or supporting a client with stroke, we've got training on those areas as well. A little bit more on the next slide about the course details. So the courses are structured as easy to read text-based articles. Each course ranges from about an hour long to 6.5 hours long, and they're broken up into multiple sections. So this makes them, really easy to digest and possible for you to chip away at a little bit over time. You don't have to take it all in one sitting. The courses all have a very brief pre-test at the beginning, and then after going through the course content, every single class ends with a final test. And as a standard for much of the CE in our industry, a 70% score is required to pass the course. And then just like with any other CareAcademy course, after completing the course, you'll receive a certificate of completion. So that certificate can be used towards your CE requirements for license renewal. And then as an added benefit, because the courses are being completed inside of the CareAcademy platform, you can go ahead and download your certificates, track your progress, and run reports anytime through CareAcademy's at-a-glance compliance dashboard. We'll move on to a couple key questions about the content. So the first question is, do these courses meet state CE requirements? And it's a resounding yes. It's because these courses have that NAB approval, and each course has an active NAB approval number. It means that they can be used to satisfy state CE requirements. So if you're from Texas, they're going to satisfy that Texas HCSSA requirement for admin and alternate admin CE. If you're in Colorado or Oklahoma, they also satisfy those state CE requirements. If you're in another state, our compliance team is well poised to advise on the specific courses that are needed to meet that state requirement, but really they should meet just about any state requirements needs because of that NAB approval. A second question that I'm sure will come up is, does CareAcademy have any recommendations for what series of courses should make up this admin CE curriculum? And the answer is yes. I know that with 80 hours of CE courses, there's definitely a lot to choose from. So what CareAcademy has done for states with annual training requirements like Texas, Colorado, Oklahoma, we've recommended state-specific curricula that are going to meet those compliance requirements. So as with our caregiver training, we're taking away the guesswork around what you need to complete from a courseware perspective in order to be compliant. And if you happen to be an admin in a state that doesn't have defined CE, maybe there's not regulations or requirements around that area, we have recommendations as well. So I'm including an annual training bundle that you can take courses at over a period of time and keep developing your knowledge and skills. And I'm sure one of the questions that you're thinking, if it hasn't come up in the chat yet, is how can I get these courses added to my CareAcademy dashboard? And then the next slide that is going to answer the question. If you are a CareAcademy customer today, I will have you direct yourself to my wonderful colleague, Kelly, who can help you get those classes added to your account. And if you are not a CareAcademy customer, I would have you speak with our sales team so that they can show you everything that the CareAcademy platform has to offer, including this library of admin CE. And with that, I will hand it over to Kelly.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to give you a high-level view of what it looks like to create an admin, as well as how to assign courses to an admin as they request courses to be added to their repertoire. I'm just going to be sharing my screen. Give me one moment. And we're taking a look at the administrative dashboard. This is my demo dashboard. So CareCare does not exist. It is not a real company. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new caregiver. It's right here. We're going to create a new caregiver. And as we create the caregiver, we'll put in his email. And this is a fake email because this is not a real employee. And we're specifically going to create him as an administrator versus a caregiver for this demonstration, and make sure that his job role is administrator in our system, and also provide his license number. And if I had created a group for administrators specifically, I would have added him to that group. Sometimes it's not necessary, it's truly a preference. He'll be auto-enrolled into specific courses based on my selection. And you can also view his welcome email here at the bottom. Once he's created, within a few seconds, he'll be receiving his credentials to log in and create his own password. And then we can assign him courses. So we'll pick 2 caregivers for the purposes of this demonstration and our bulk actions that we're taking. And then we're going to add training. That's the simplest way to add immediate training. And then once the training list pulls up and generates, we're going to go, there's 2 ways to look for it, but for this demonstration, we're going to go through our topics and we're going to scroll down to NAB, and that's NAB-Approved CEUs. And the courses will populate an auto search. And then we're just going to pick a few courses to assign. And there you have it. We can create a name for this bundle. October, and we can assign a due date of November 1st. I could also save this to my class list. And I can enroll the caregivers. That way, if I have additional admins that I'm going to be adding at a later date, the group of courses is already created and I can reassign it at a later date. Other options are at the top of your screen. If we go from the caregiver groups to the caregiver curriculum, you can also, after taking a look at the curriculum and the courses available, create a specific curriculum just for your admins. I have a ton of pre-created curriculums, but this is an example of creating a new curriculum just for your admins. And it's the same method. We'd start with an empty curriculum to begin. And we would edit. And I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. And then we're going to add courses to this specific curriculum for your admins. And we'll search the catalog much in the same way, but this time we'll search using a type-in. So the courses have been found based on my keyword search, and I can add all of the courses to my curriculum for admins. Once this is done, I like the classes that have been added. I ignore this, and then once I hit publish, it's ready to add. It's ready to assign to my admins. If there are any questions, you can type them into the chat. If you'd like a further demonstration, if you haven't seen this before, we can talk to the sales team. If you'd like for me to go through it with you again, if you're an existing customer, we can discuss as well. Let me know if you have any questions. I will turn it over to our host.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kelly, and thanks so much, Michelle. We can take a few minutes to answer some questions. If you want to drop them into the Q&A section on your Zoom navigation bar. But there were a couple questions that came through that we did answer via the Q&A. Couple of them about whether or not it's for obtaining an actual license or whether it's just for CEUs. That answer was that it is for continuing education, but not for the initial licensure. So hopefully that was cleared up. Looks like somebody's asking if there will be a recording, and yes, you will get a recording for this whole session. We'll follow up via email once we close this out. There was another question about cost, which Kelly mentioned. If you guys have questions about that and you're a current CareAcademy customer, you can reach out directly to Kelly. I've put her email address right in the Q&A. We'll also include that in the follow-up email so that you can get in touch with her directly. If you're not a CareAcademy customer, you can reach out to sales@careacademy.com and discuss pricing options for a CareAcademy package and how you can add the admin classes and seats as well. Let's see. Looks like there's a question about accessing the courses with Access Care. Michelle or Kelly, are you guys familiar with how that would work? All right, looks like we might not have that answer right now, but Sarah, we're happy to look into it and follow up with you after this webinar.
It should be the same. Oh, sorry, Cameron. It should be the same as adding caregiver to the dashboard. You would add your administrator to the dashboard through Access Care, and then they can be assigned the courses. And I can double check on this on the back end to see if they have to be just added through CareAcademy directly, but it should be the same methodology. It shouldn't be different.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. All right, any other questions about the new admin CEUs? We'll give it a minute here. I feel like we need some Jeopardy music or something, but I'll spare you. I won't sing or anything.
Are you guys excited about the admin CEUs?
I'm pumped. All right, if there are no more questions coming through, we could probably wrap up. Again, as I mentioned, if you are not a current CareAcademy customer and you'd like to see more of the product, get a full demo of the product, you can reach out to sales@careacademy.com or visit careacademy.com/demo, and we'll get you in touch with a rep that's local to your area and can talk specifically about your requirements. And if you're a current CareAcademy customer, again, you can reach out to Kelly at ksaintis@careacademy.com. And it looks like there was another question. And Kelly got it. Awesome. The question was, is this available to all subscription plans or packages? And the answer is yes. All right. All right, if there are no more questions, I think we can go ahead and wrap up today's session. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.